This is the deck that we're going to be playing, man. I love this. I love this Yoinkaroni Dekaroo. This is some tight, dope boss stuff. Yeah. We're here to steal. And I think that there's, you know, a lot of times when people be like, okay, you know, what's the usual streaming advice? Give that sort of thing. But, like, I remember just listening to my brother just doing analysis. It's interesting to me that you've been using funny and interesting interchangeably. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to list different qualities. And I tend to be focusing on the funny part. But what's interesting is, like, I've listened to my brother's analysis on, like, okay, what do you need to do to be a good caster and streamer? And my brother, like, well, the first thing my brother always says, he's like, dude, you have to be funny. I have, like, watched my brother talk to someone about this, and the person was like, oh, well, you know, I think that person's funny. My brother was like, that person is not funny. He has said things that have been amusing, but he is not funny, period. You must work on that. And that was like, that's like so interesting to hear aloud. I don't know why I shocked in the Llanowar Elves. Get more Llanowar Elves. But you know what my brother does before shows with Artosis? My brother will spend several hours every single week going to coffee shops and just thinking about and writing jokes and telling stories and stuff like that. Several hours a week doing that. And if you watch GSL, he goes through this stuff effortlessly.
I leave the Golgari now. Step aside or be crushed.
And there's things where people are just like, whoa. That's really cool. I wouldn't have thought that, which is great, right? And, you know, my brother's very good at looking absolutely effortless when he's doing almost anything on air. Oh, let's reveal this. Let's get a free Chemistro's insight. Yeah, boom. Doosh, doosh, doosh. Ha, ha, ha. Get him, Kefnet. Now here's something that's like super toy. Let's see if we can do this. This says you may reveal the first card you draw each turn. So I'm going to draw a card with this growth spiral so we can cast it. So I'm going to cast this and this because I want to leave the mana open in case I don't think I have any decline.
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
But yeah, Nick puts in a lot of effort into doing those types of things. So it's kind of like fascinating to think of it from that perspective of like, okay, well, if I wanted to be funny, how would I do it? Well, you know, it's going to be some grinding. It's going to take some time.
Here we go.
I'm going to have to like meaningfully work at it. You know, like for instance, you know what is perhaps the greatest content that has ever been made is the StarCraft Holiday Bash. Some of the best content that's ever been out there, huh?
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Meh. It was so good. Are you kidding me? That was so good, dude. And you know, part of the reason why that was so good, StarCraft 20th Anniversary, I'm kind of thinking those are all the same. StarCraft Remastered launch, 20th Anniversary, you know, all that shit was amazing. Decline. Pass. No blocks. Pass. Bang. Bomb. It was great. And you know why? Because, like, Nick and Dan and Jeff are really funny. StarCraft's a cool game, but frankly, if you got those guys together and just put them onto a sofa and they simply sat there and you just watched them talk to each other, that would be interesting content. Like, too often people will see that and believe that that is kind of like an incidental thing. It's like incidental and accidental. When in fact it is like enormously effortful. Like again, Nick and Dan spend a significant amount of time thinking of funny things to say outside of the show. Oh, it's just interesting to me, the amount of... Yeah, I guess that's right. My turn. Flip. Okay. Okay, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can yoink 2 things. Yeah, let's just do x equals 2. Take this and this. These are mine now. Turn target card from your graveyard to your hand. I'm going to go ahead and get mass manipulation again.
No tail
Because it pleases me. I haven't even talked about what this deck is. So I'm really interested in the idea of like trying to treat streaming and one's communication in a way that's like, you know, it's like a product. Like when you're live, I think it's far too difficult, I think, to be some sort of like personality online. Because you're live just so much that I mean, it's almost like too exhausting. So I feel like, you know, at least a huge portion of it is you. Even the people that are trying to be a personality. And when I say be a personality, I'm talking like there's Dr. Disrespect is a personality, but there's actually a person who plays that. So, you know, that's yourself. That's who you are when you're live. Like, you're just going to be yourself. But
Sorry I'm late.
whoa. I'd love
Step
it.
aside
I'd
or
love
be
all of
crushed.
these things. Thank you. These are mine now. Cool. Awesome. Oh, thank you. That's very generous. I love them.
Shadows. For now.
But even if it's you and your personality and your identity, that's something you can work on.
I got it.
You can work on your humor.
Behold!
You can work on your storytelling. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and take most of this shit. This is x equals 3, right? What do I want? I just want what I want. Definitely want this guy and this guy. Probably Teferi. Teferi seems pretty good here, huh?
To the skies.
Okay, so I can like bonk like this, huh? Let's kill probably just this. Right, that seems pretty good.
I have learned little anyway.
Oh shit, I ended the whole fucking turn. Man. Messed up. Whatever, no big
Wherever
deal.
I go, I leave bodies in my wake. What can I say? Death
So I mean, this whole ramble is just many different ways of me saying I think that one can work on one's identity in terms of basic human skill sets, better communication, figuring out how to be a better and more interesting storyteller,
Watch this. We will meet again.
I will
a better and more
not
interesting
stand for
speaker,
such violence.
etc., 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 etc. Boy, I really wish I had another mass manipulation here. Wouldn't that have been tight? I feel like that's just an under-talked about thing.
Oh, it's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
Do I want a Dovin? Nah, I just don't want a Dovin. I just don't want a Dovin. Is Kefnet a horse? I really think that, in a way, everything is a horse, right? What isn't a horse is really my question. Massacre Girl? No. Decline. Oh, I didn't cast Chemisters. Oh, I guess I didn't have enough mana to. Well, farts. You, do this. You, untap that. Why?
Behold, nature's
I
true
really want
power.
to get a mass manipulation going here. Just take this whole board, you know what I mean? I don't know this. Bing, bong, bang. Alright, so this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, huh? I don't need a Nissa or a Forest. Bam! Bah, 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 bah. Alright. I'm getting another mass manipulation in here, man. You kidding me? You get this and this. I don't think Dovin-handed control really does terribly much in this matchup. What do I want? What would I even need Tameo for, man? Tameo time. This deck's already perfect. I'm just gonna get her in there, man. You want a Carnage? I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. You know what I really, really, really want tonight? Tacos. I'm gonna get tacos. That's what I'm gonna do, man. This taco place is so good. So good. So good. I like talking about streaming work and business. That stuff is interesting to me. Yeah, this is a perfect looking hand. I think we did it. Oh. Alright, nothing bad happens now. It's a weird card to have in there. I think that's an experience that every single person needs in life. I think that's something that every single person needs to just have happen to them. Where they have like a really cool idea and they've come up with their little analysis, and the analysis feels really good, and they're like, oh, that's so great, I'm full of good ideas and a positive energy, PMA, and then you release that product to the public and it just gets absolutely dumped on. Or just winds up being way, way more difficult than you thought, man. And you're like, alright. Doesn't matter how right I felt I was. I was wrong. I think it is better for me to give a little poke here.
Interesting technique.
Hunter 1273 says, I hate that kind of working environment. That'd kill me. Well, it honestly does not feel that... Ooh, fuck. Holy... Uh-oh. It does not feel that particularly different from
Your end has arrived.
playing a video game, right? I have a really cool deck idea, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm proud, and I've worked on it very hard, and I want to show the world my really, really nifty deck idea. And then you know, get crapped on, and you're like, alright, well, today I learned that I was completely wrong when it comes to this deck analysis. Okay, cool. Alright, let's move on. I think the thing that's hurts uniquely of entertainment compared to playing a game on a ladder is that when you lose a game, you lose points, and you go, oh, okay, I lost ladder points, that's fine. We're going to draw one card off this.
Every story is an opportunity for new
You get a little... you're a little sad you lost your ladder points, but that's fine. When you release something to the public as a
I think
show,
you will find my notes helpful.
entertainment product or otherwise, when you release that, you go, oh wow, people are really mean. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I guess that does hurt really bad. Look at that. Bing, bong, bang. So, unless we can destroy our good friend Sarkhan, we're pretty ED dead. Yeah, I think it's like an important feeling for people to have. Alright, we are dead because we cannot block incoming Planeswalker dragons. But I feel like it's like really interesting to a really interesting, humbling, clarifying experience where you go, oh, I see. Actually, Dovin Handed Control could be plausibly very valuable here. Carnage Tyrant totally sucks. Not good. Super bad. Kefnet, so great. Super tight. Probably a Vivienne lead to be able to shoot down Dargons. Because I think there is something about the subjective fields in creativity, you know, like, here's a piece of art that I made. Oh yeah, we have Crazy Boys, that's great. Here's a piece of art that I made, isn't that great? Here's a joke I told, wasn't it funny? And when you start, like, going to the public, or when you grow up, in America at least, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in America it's very, like, everyone is charming and smart, and everything they make is beautiful, A+, gold ribbons for everybody. And then when you actually start interfacing with the public, you go, wow, people really hate a lot of the things that I made. And it's tough pill to swallow. I think it captures part of it, but tough pill to swallow is what dickheads say when they're being dickheads. But that hurts in a sort of unique and new and interesting way, right? Oh my god, but I thought that what I said was going to be really cool and funny, and it wasn't. Oh, and that feels so bad.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. I have just the trick for this.
But the thing is that people's opinions of media we call subjective, as though there's nothing to be learned. Each person appreciates art in a different way, but really, you can understand and see patterns. Like, it is not that the Game of Thrones final season was great and it's just subjective and who knows what is a good opinion or a bad opinion. It's unknowable. We're just going to X = 3 this and just gain a life and draw 0 cards and it's fine. You can clearly see this season was better received than that season. You can easily measure this. And so there's something going on in the qualities of that season that made it better or made it worse. Goodbye, sweet Krasis.
Your corpse will make a nice souvenir.
Or similarly, there are professors who can provide instruction in creative writing that an author can sit down and use to be a better author. Let's get that one out. Boink.
Such violence is upsetting.
We're probably winning this game. We're probably winning this game.
I am not going to sit this one out. You need
Yeah.
to slow down.
You want to send that one back? That's totally fine. That's all good.
As long as we win, nothing else matters.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, more than likely what's going to happen is that Vraska's going to -3 to kill this, and we're just going to be sitting here hoping we can get a mass manipulation. Yeah, but like there are writing professors that can teach you how to construct your book in a better way. Like that, you can take craft lessons to your writing and improve it. And it's that thing where, like, oh my gosh, like I remember a few years back, I actually would just like go to writing forums and read a lot about that, because I feel like writing is a very individual creative skill, and I feel like streaming and speaking is also a very individual creative skill. And I wanted to try to take lessons that I could see from writing and see if I could apply any of those to strumming. Alright, so this is a bit of a pickle, huh? I think I'm just going to X = 3 this. Take that. Play one of these. Move on with my life. I can Entrancing Melody this and then start bonking. Man, the Dreadhoard's probably going to get slammed at some point.
Hurry!
But when I was reading through that, there was this phenomenon that, I've seen this in players trying to get better at games, in an esports sense, streamers who are trying to improve the quality of their stream, and then on that forum with authors, where they would start trying to attribute their lack of success to something outside of their writing ability. Oh, there comes a point where it's just all luck whether someone will respond to your manuscript. You know, they're so busy, there's no telling what they can and cannot do, etc. Now, this is a really interesting question. I think I have to Entrancing Melody this one. I think I have to do this, but then the question is, like, which one do I nuke? I think I just get rid of the big Teferi. Narset sucks, but I can cast this Growth Spiral on the next turn. And I just know there's a 100% chance that I'm going to go in order, land on opponent's turn, and then Mass Manipulation. It's going to be perfect. And, yeah, I would see these sort of patterns, like, it's just luck, it's not me, I didn't do, oh my god, you know, it's just there. This particular agent only takes on 2 more authors, and so I was really good, but the other 2 people that got just happened to be a little bit better this particular year, and so on and so on. I don't want to say excuses, because again, if we just say it's an excuse, we don't learn that much. We need more words than just some shrugging summary. We need more words to actually think about what's going on here. But I feel like there is this interesting thing that happens where psychologically you feel as though you have done a certain input, and therefore an output should occur. I put a quarter into the vending machine, a drink comes out. In 1982. I guess you put in $1 in now, and a drink comes out. I studied the material that they said would be on a test, and then I got an A on the test. So, I have written 1,000,000 words, and I followed along with some crafts rules, so I should be a successful author now, right? I should be getting a manuscript published.
During you will be excellent research.
And the reality is, well, it is a little bit more probabilistic than that, right?
Loss will serve.
If you increase your writing quality, it increases the chance that you get an agent to look at your stuff. Indeed, that's true. Sometimes your manuscript's just on the bottom of the pile and they saw 3 good manuscripts above and just never even got to yours. Whoops. That's true, that can happen. But here's the thing that fascinated me. You would read the first 3 to 5 pages of this manuscript. And I am not saying... I am not saying...
I know I noted this somewhere.
that I'm the brilliant writer and they're an idiot or anything like that. I'm not saying that I get it and they don't. I'm not saying that. But what I would note is that I'd read those first 3 to 5 pages and be like, okay, well, here's at least 3 really basic things that seem like they could be improved here. I'm not saying that you aren't getting unlucky. I'm not saying that. Well, x equals 2 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I'll see this with StarCraft too. Someone will be like, "Oh my God, Protoss is imbalanced. It's just way too strong. I don't understand how you can make anything that powerful. This is ridiculous." Wait, give me my mass manipulation, please.
The past is never forgotten.
Great. So, oh my God, Protoss is too powerful. Protoss is ridiculous, etc., etc., etc. And I'll be like, okay, sure, but let's note that when we watched this game, you're getting supply blocked, you missed on your macro, and you flew a medevac into a Templar for nothing. I'm not saying that Protoss is the strongest race, or the weakest race, and that you're wrong. I'm not saying that, but I am saying there's a lot more shit you could fucking work on, man. And this is the thing that I find fascinating about, like, trying to improve at something as abstract as how do I be an interesting talker who's playing games at the same time, right? That's not like buying a pound of meat. You don't just follow the idiot's guide to being an interesting person. You don't do that, right? Dragons! Ah! Creatures you control have haste. Well, farts, man. I think we're still winning this one, you know? I think we're still winning this one. But yeah, no, I see a lot of people who will be referring to and talking about this, that, the other thing that was unfair that happened to them and why they're not getting to succeed and, you know, other people. And the fact of the matter is, yes, sometimes you are just getting unlucky, right? But we can identify like 10 things.
Cease aggressions and live.
We can identify like 10 things. Could be done better here. We can do that, right? So at the very least, we are alive. It's looking like we won. Interesting deck. Pretty happy we beat it. Alright, give me that turn. Alright, where these are the 2 we take, right? We bing bong, we grab this guy and this guy. Oh shit, they're tapped. Oh dude, I always screw this up. Every time! Ah! Ah! They're frickin' tapped, man.
Magnificent!
I mean,
My tolerance for
God.
died in
I mean, I know we still win, but again, this is actually a great example. We still win, but it doesn't mean that what we did was correct. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to steal those and just swing back. Great. And even summon the dragon too, LOL. But my thought process wasn't as correct. So let me actually just show off this deck really fast. This is a super interesting deck that functions in the following way. It's actually a very, very, very simple deck. It is ramp card, ramp card, ramp card. And then what benefits from having lots of ramps? X cost cards, such as Hydroid Krasis, refill the hand and have a big dude. Entrancing Melody, gimme your shit. Mass Manipulation, gimme all that shit. What does Nissa do? It's also something to ramp to, but it generates more mana, because look at that passive. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green. By the way, Breeding Pool is a forest island, so this generates extra mana. The other pieces are just sort of the filler that kind of cements the deck together. God Eternal Kefnet says, we have a lot of X cost spells that we can reduce to like really yoink the shit out of your stuff. This is also a very cheap 4/5 flyer. It's very nice. God Eternal Kefnet sucks in tons of blue decks because lots of blue cards are responsive instant speed cards, which is why I think this is just such a clever design. It's very spell focused, but most blue archetypical things are reactive cards. Counter spells, drawing at the end of turn, etc., etc., etc. Dovin Hand of Control is super duper duper clever against very, very aggro decks. Artifact instant sorcery spells your opponent cast cost 1 more to cast. Cool. Great for dealing with red burn spells. Also, this -1, we can turn off a damaging red unit. And it's called Simic Yoink because we steal all your shit. I forgot to look at the sideboard. So, if we are up against aggression, we have things like Growth Chamber Guardians and Thrashing Brontodons to block. Thrashing Brontodon is also a very nice tech card against some of these Nexus of Fate decks. I can play the Brontopal and I can just snap off the ever so scary Wilderness Reclamation. If we're up against a very slow type of deck, we can get a Tameo out and just keep recurring with that -3. It says return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Great. Bring back more mass manipulations. Carnage Tyrants against some of the more obnoxious control-y decks. Yeah. Not exactly sure what the other ones do. Coming back to the creative skill set discussion, I actually it's so interesting, this entire idea of like, okay, this amorphous thing, I need to try to understand it. And I think one of the greatest comparisons I heard was that when you are trying to learn a skill set, or do some creative product, I'll just take games because let's pick a medium at random. Oh, we're on Twitch. Yeah, sure, let's do games. What are the needs for this game versus that game? Well, it's not that you can just, again, you don't just take like the template and you just flunk, okay, there's our action game. Let's use it again. Flunk, okay, there's our adventure game. It's not like buying a pound of meat. I love this comparison. Each different creative product that you're making is kind of like raising a child. Not all children have the same needs. And so you can't just say, like, alright, cool. My kid's a musician, my kid's an athlete, my kid's really into electronics. I'm gonna raise them all the exact same. Like, you can't do that. Kids have different needs. And so, too, creative projects will have different needs. It's going to X equals 1. Well, actually, do I want the Venerated Loxapal? This might actually be pretty good. To, like, do this and then instead play the Incubation Druid. And this is something that costs 2 or greater. We might have to take that. We'll see. We'll see. And so, in the same way that if your child was a musician, you're trying to figure out how to provide interesting coursework, make sure that they're not spending too much time on things that will detract from their passion. There's different needs, but you also want to make sure the kid's well-rounded. All that's going to be very different than if your kid is really interested in engineering, something like that. And so what you have to do is you have to like really study and learn and track, almost in like sort of scientific process sort of thing. Like, okay, what's working, what's not working? Let me adjust. Let me keep doing that. But it's knowable. You can wrap your head around this shit, Do I actually take the Knowledge Marshal, or do I take the Venerated Loxapal still? Alright. I'm taking so much damage here, man. I think I actually just have to chomp one. Oy. I think I screwed up. I think I should have just taken stuff earlier on. Yeah. Crap. Farts. I mean, I do have the look of a dead person. Especially with this flapper up here, man. Is there any way out of this pupper? Because we can block 4, 5, 6 damage next turn. And then we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't work, does it? We're dead. Dove in handed control seems pretty important. Another entrancing melody seems good. We get these mass manipulations out of here. I think this is a good Thrashing Brontodon deck. I don't think God Eternal Kefnet is the best. I think that Nissa, Who Shakes the World, might be the best. Bring in these Thrashers. We should probably get the Growth Chamber Guardians here, shouldn't we? Get that one in there. I think I actually just cut the Chemister's Insights. Maybe I should just cut another one and put in Vivienne. This seems like pretty good. This is some nice chord draw. This also blows up enchantments, which they will likely have. Maybe I actually want to do like this, get both the Viviennes in there. I'm going to give this a try. But what I think is so interesting is that analogy of like, okay, each creative project that you're working on, you have to understand that you're not just going to apply one simple skill set. You have to start to learn and study what the needs of that specific thing are. But the assumption is that it is knowable, it is studyable, it is something that you can improve at, that you can learn. Because I mean, like, streaming video games is a relatively new career. So there's a lot of people who are out there right now just trying to study and figure out and adjust and learn. Well, I think I just dove it now. I'm gonna be down taking this pup for a while.
I look forward to seeing you.
The fault is not in our stars.
See, I just think it's fascinating.
Ourselves.
And on the flip side, I think it's equally fascinating that the percentage of / number of people who are just like, it is absolutely not in the slightest that I am doing something. It's not. It's straight up isn't. Period. Okay, so we down tick this one. And we're going to snatch this Sky Marcher.
Looking to elevate yourself? Perhaps a pair of stilts?
Give me that. Mine. No tax. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming for 2 more hours. 2 more hours. I want to sell a short little afternoon stream after electricity finally got repaired. TV's comes says, but you're streaming in my heart 24/7. Oh, oh. Oh, slight. Oh, you enjoyed what the deck? Yes. Very happy to hear that. Very happy. Joe Monkey says, so day 9, I got Monkey Bones into playing MTGA Arena, but she only wants to play against me and won't do quests to get the better cards. It's a tragedy, that's what that is. It's just a tragedy. Alright, let's get another land out there.
Even me.
Right, let's build our board. D-O-B. Build our boards. Ah, there it is. Alright, you're not hurting nobody.
Boxes are made to be thought outside of.
Coral says, do you think there's lessons streamers can learn from more traditional careers, like sports broadcasting, that get ignored because streaming is viewed as something brand new as opposed to an evolution of entertainment? Or is it really that different from traditional entertainment? I actually think that, like, there's tons of lessons that can be learned from, like, all sorts of fields. Just, like, huge numbers of fields. Good morning, Growth Chamber Pal. I'm glad I have a pair of Vivians in the deck, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think what we're going to do... Can I actually get Entrancing Melody and Nissa to do the juicy good stuff? So if I play the Breeding Pool and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, tap, then I can get... That does work, right? Because we play the Breeding Pool, we pay 2 life, right? We tap this, this, and this, and this, and this. Let me play Nissa, who knows how to make it work. What? Alright. It's tragic. Oh,
I
look.
find your
Tragic.
attacks unoffensive.
Yeah, I think there's just like a huge amount of really interesting lessons that can be learned from all sorts of different fields. Like one lesson that a radio broadcaster shared with me many years ago said that don't refer to the viewership in a third-person way. Don't be like, oh, chat, let me tell you about this thing I had today, chat. Because that's a third-person reference. Like, instead refer to the viewing audience in second person. Dude, I gotta tell you this thing. You would not believe what happened to me today. You. As though I'm talking to you, now I'm talking to them. I was just like, boy, that's cute. I think XC equals 3 here. It's like, oh, okay. It's one of the biggest generalized errors that streamers do all the time, is they sort of speak in a distancing fashion. That'd still be second person? No, chat's a third thing, right? Right? Because it's like, if, for instance, your name's Simon, I was like, Simon went to the store, right? Speaking about Simon in third person. I went to the store, it's first person. You went to the store, it's second person. So instead of Simon, the name Chat, you're a third person, you're another. Unless that's not what you're referring to in the slightest. In which case, whoopsie doopsie. Hi Chat is still second person. No, it isn't. But if you say, hey, Simon, that's second person. Is that true? Do I just not know anything? Wow, I did not know that. Alright. Whoa. Well, in that case, if we ignore the fact that my labeling was erroneous, the important tidbit is that you want to refer to someone in a closer manner when you are a viewer, or when you are a streamer. I'm going to go ahead and do this almost certainly. So if I did this puppy. Yeah, this is actually fine. I can do that. But yeah, like when there's this collective chat, it can feel very dehumanizing, belittling, bad to just be referred to as chat. It's one big old fucking thing. So refer to them in a more personalized way, and you can use this to your advantage. Which one do I want to buff? I think I want this guy to get huge. We have so many X equals things. Perfect. You got him, man. Maybe I should keep one mass manipulation here. You can use this to your advantage. You can refer to viewing audience in a more personalized, like what you think in this sort of way. But then if you want to talk about something that someone did, you can start referring to that in the they and that person. There's this one day when there was just this. There's this dude in chat, right? And it's just a very simple psychological way to help make people feel more comfortable, more connected. It's very easy. Actually, I mean, this is a great way to frame it that Leroy K says. This is from my perspective. When you say chat, it feels like you're saying all viewers except me. When you say you, it feels like you're speaking to me. Yeah. That is a very articulate way to put it. Begin to bonk with the Growth Chamber Guardian, yes. Ooh, no, this is big boy. This is 3, 4, 5. Send it in. You know, I try to work to call out people very specifically. Because, you know, like, imagine if someone made a comment like, hey, Sean, here's a play that I think could have gotten lethal. If I go, oh, chat pointed out lethal. Oh, nice job, chat. But if, like, 3 people did that, I'll just be like, oh, dude, person 1 and person 2 and person 3 just pointed out that here's something that I could have done, right? It's a way to just connect, be more personable. All right. Who's going to get BF-ended? That one? Well, I would like your man, please. And all this was a lesson that a, you know, radio broadcaster explained. And I was just like, oh my god, that actually makes a ton of sense. Ah, I see. I do indeed see what you mean. Alright, I'm going in. We both boarded in enough stuff to deal with each other's garbo that now the game's going on for a long time. And here's like, so this is, I just want to look at my deck. So I'm going to come back to something that I was saying earlier about, like, there's a lot of stuff that is subjective, but knowable. There are some people that feel just as connected when you say chat as they do if you say you. That's totally gonna happen. There are some people listening who's like, yeah, Sean, I appreciate everything you're saying, but, like, I feel fine about all that. You know, I don't really care. And the important thing is not what is hard correct, hard incorrect. It's not simple dividing lines. It's that if you are on a radio or you're in a broadcast and you speak in a way that's more direct, like you wouldn't believe what happened the other day, versus, hey, listeners are, people tuned in right now are not going to believe what happened yesterday, right? When you do that subtle difference, it can measurably help. It will have no impact on some people, and it will have a positive impact on some people. And there's some people that will have a negative impact. They don't want to be addressed in that way, but you can just measure it, right? What a nearly good hand. God, I really do have to keep this, which sucks. And there's something really interesting too. This is another thing that people biff hard in creative analysis. When you have most other fields, like I'll just take math. Let's just pick a field at random here, such as what I got my major in. When you have something like math, someone can say, the answer is 5. And I can go through the steps and say, no, the answer is 6. And you go, but I think it's, I see, there's the problem, right? We can actually have this sort of communication. And way too often, I have to play the Growth Chamber Guardian here because I want to prevent Lord of the Abyss from having a good attack this turn. So when you step out of a field like math and you just think about like games, people get into arguments all the time about what is the correct strategy in the game. And in a lot of ways, that's accurate, right? There is probably a best play to do. Well, this all just kind of stinkeronies. And trying to learn and understand that is tight. Trying to learn and understand that's great. Super great, right? But when you get to creative stuff, the way it tends to work is it tends to work in ranges. On a very simple example, let's say I make a joke. There's going to be some percentage of people. Holy, there's never been someone as dead as I am. I think I'm just going to concede. Let's get out of this game, move on to the next one. I think I did need to maybe not get the Vivian reads in there. Vivian did not feel as useful, so maybe just having like a paramass manipulation, something like that I think would have been stronger. So what happens if I say a joke, we're going to get a range of reactions. Some people are going to get the joke and love it. Some people are going to get the joke and find it okay. Some people are going to get the joke and not find it funny. Some people are going to not get the joke. Some people will not even know a joke happened and will just be just zoning out, right? There's a range of possibilities that will happen. And the shitty way to analyze this is to try to debate what the correct one is. I think the joke was funny. No, I think the joke wasn't funny. That joke isn't funny. Well, no, it's about this range, so you have to talk about the range. So, for instance, if I say a joke, and 50% of people find it great, 30% of people find it pretty good, and the rest didn't care, didn't find it funny. This is a better range of outcomes than 20% of people found it funny, or 20% of people found it great, 10% found it, got it and only found it good, and then the remaining 70% didn't like it, right? If we're just talking one person, another person, yeah, you can imagine these two different jokes. One person's like, I thought this joke was better. Well, I thought this joke was better. And you're just not going to get anywhere. The way to actually make progress here give me this. The way to actually make progress here is to think about and to look at the full range of things. So let's do a similar analysis for games. There are games that are really hardcore. Like, what is it, Space Station 13? Games that are really hardcore. Is this better or worse than a less hardcore game like Minecraft? Actually, let me not use Minecraft. Let's say Angry Birds. Angry Birds, right? Relatively simple as that. Angry Birds. Maybe I should have kept Eternal God there. It's feeling pretty good this season.
I'm well equipped to deal with nuisances like you.
Actually, no, let's actually take two hardcore games. Let's take Space Station 13 and StarCraft 2, right? We talk about this in terms of ranges. Like, you can debate and argue as much as you want about, no, actually Space Station 13 is a more interesting and deep, rich game than StarCraft 2. And then have other people who are like, no, I just think it's a ridiculous, clowny shit show. That is a good play. Yeah, let's just take that action. But you can actually start to like measure with your audience, or with the audience reactions, like what is and isn't happening, right? Like League of Legends, I think, is too complicated, and no one is going to want to play that game because it's just way too damn complicated. Well, doesn't this just suck a whole bunch? I might think that it's too complicated, but again, we have to look at a range. There's a wide range of people that actually, as it turns out, are capable of playing the game. And you can look and measure and study that and know that. This guy's coming in. These people are swonking in. I mean, we're totally going to trade that guy.
These results are an anomaly, not to be
And I see a lot of people get into creative arguments where they're like, oh, League of Legends is complicated. No, League of Legends isn't complicated. I actually think League of Legends is in the middle complicated. You know, and the answer is, it's not... You can just measure a range. You can see the people who think it's way too complicated, the people who think it's kind of complicated, the people that think it's... very straightforward. You're just going to get this range of outcomes and range of possibilities, and that's the important thing, is to learn about and to study that range. Kill a knight. Also soaks the most amount of damage. Costs 2 less, so that means we can eat an Adanto Vanguard Pal. And things that, like, so I'm seeing like a bunch of interesting follow-up comments, you know, like Reckon Games says, I think people describe things as too complicated when they don't have the interest in learning a thing. The Narrative says, I feel like League is much more mechanically focused than focused on complex decision-making and strategies. Oh shit, I actually can't cast this. Come on, let me cast it. Why is it letting me cast this? Shouldn't be able to do this, right? Alright. It's one of those moments where I'm trying to understand what the interface is letting and not letting me do. I'm pretty certain there's land in there. Oh, I should have waited on that Chemister's Insight. That's my bad. No, I shouldn't have. No, I did this fine in the main phase. But the thing is that, like, these questions, at some point, what is this critical theory? You can sort of back this critical theory up, and oh my god, are we? Oh, okay, so we're doing it that way. All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're more than likely dead. I mean, I have to make this block to begin to eventually slow down the Adanto Pals. Any way to do this? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's make our replacements. So we're going to cut these mass manipulations. We're going to cut the Chemisters and the Eternal God Kefnets and put in another one of these and these guys and these dudes. And then this is where I was like, Yeah, for the last one, maybe just like one mass manipulation seems good. Uzuki says, people have probably asked this basic question, but why is blue referred to as U? I get that it can't be B because of black, but why U? Because black begins BL, blue begins BL. U is the first letter that is different between them. But yeah, when it comes to these sorts of, you know, creative quibbling things, I feel like once you start to get into some trying to identify what the absolute correct thing is, I think it's this one thing. You're almost always going to wind up shooting yourself in the foot because it's actually like a range of things. It's actually a range of things. It's sort of like it's thinking about understanding it as a range that I think becomes quite useful. Really simple example. StarCraft 2, you need to have a lot of APM in order to play StarCraft 2. I can make the statement. I think that having too much APM or too many APM requirements is frustrating and annoying and makes you feel like you can't play. Well, you know what, Sean Plott, that's one of his favorite parts about StarCraft is that I'm spamming like crazy, and I love spamming. I love that shit, man. Fucking love it. And then people will go, well, you're that's unusual. I'm talking about everybody else. Well, no, again, we have to talk about the range. We have to talk about the range of what's going on. And so the people that I really look up to when I hear, when there's discussions of various creative works or creative analysis, is the people
to seeing your mistakes.
That speak and address things in a range way, you know. There's a lot of fun that, like, can be had with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this mana screwed person. Oh, my God, it's so sick. Oh. I did it. I'm the best player here. Look at that. 1-0. Oh my God, I have story time. I have story time when I come back. I forgot to put on my legs today. Story time. So, many of you have heard the legends of my buddy Tristan. Just great dude. And one of the things that I find like really interesting about talking with Tristan is that there's a lot of flow and evolution and movement whenever there's a discussion of some creative idea or project. And I'm just going to use a book because it's relatively simple as an example. You know, I'll say like, oh, hey, okay, so I'm having a problem with Chapter 2. And here is the problem that I'm having, and here's what I'm thinking of a solution. And Tristan will go, huh, well, I actually don't think that's as big of a problem as you think it is in Chapter 2. And here's why. Now, let me pause here and talk about the types of creative conversations that I have been privy to and witnessed, where the first person will be saying, I think there's a problem in Chapter 2, and here's the problem is, and here's what I want to fix it. Other person has a different opinion. I don't think that's much of an issue, and here's why. I have seen these two people absolutely not budge, period. Well, no, I'm going to double down on that statement. No, because I actually really do think it's a huge issue, and blurry. And what I think is healthy in a conversation like that is for people to start moving around, to orbit around this idea and to look at it from different perspectives and different sides. Alright, this is going to be kind of a high-risk, highfalutin play. So, like, when I talk with Tristan, I'll be like, okay, well, like, so So what if I actually address the problem in this different way? What would your reaction be to that? So, well, here's how I would react to that, and here's what would make me sort of leery about that sort of idea. Enter stat. Boy, I'm being the riskiest little guy. I think this is actually the best play is to Hydroid Krasis this. So what happens is there winds up being this sort of shifting, moving, evolving. Well, what about this? Well, what about this? What do we think about this? What do we think about that? What about this? And what about this? And we're just moving and bouncing and navigating through these different possibilities. And in the end, it didn't matter if my position wound up being the one that we agreed on at the end. What didn't matter was Tristan's position being the one that we wound up agreeing on in the end. What mattered was the fact that we were like little satellites around a planet looking at it from different vantage points. It's like picking up a globe. You can't look at the entire Earth from one side. You got to pick it up and turn it and rotate it around. You start to get a shape of it in your head. Fuck, I'm dead, man. Damn it. I want to win with this. Maybe we're gonna get top 200 today, and Dana just like blah, 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 blah. But yeah, like the point was this conversation where I got to understand the better shape of some range of possibilities and some range of thoughts and things like that. Didn't think you were dead either. What was the line? What was the line? I thought I was super dead because we're at 5 health. Any creature we play, the Law Rune Enforcer taps to prevent our dude from blocking. And then there's, I think, 7 damage going through. I could have been wrong. Entrancing Melody on the Banalish Marshal, which would have had a 1 damage thing, a 2 damage thing, and a 1 damage thing. We had 5 health. Yeah, so I guess we would have been able to live at 1. Banalish Marshal is still tapped. Hang on to this. Yeah, actually, maybe I was more alive than I thought I was. I just looked at it and was like, yee. It was grim. It was grim. But I did misanalyze and think that, we were dead on board. Dr. Robert Spaghetti. What a name. Spaghetti. Alright, who's ready to get blown out? Woohoo! Yeah! But what I think is interesting about, this sort of conversation of, like, exploring, I swear to God, I know so many people that when they get in these creative discussions, it's just like, my idea, it's the idea, it's good, and it's like, we're not in a competition. We're not trying to find out who's the, the smartest fellow of them all. We're trying to get a sense of the shape of the problem that we're dealing with. I am experiencing spooky, spooky deja vu. It is truly so spooky. Bong. I mean, my hand sucks, so whatever. Oh, farts! I was confusing this passive with another passive. I am now sad about this, but that's fine. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna get blown up, probably in 2 turns, 1 turn, something like this. But I believe in you guys. You can do it.
Right on schedule. Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Alright. Patrick, what do you mean?
Round 2.
I just don't even think I understand what you're referring to, Patrick. Alright, this growth spiral will see me to glorious victory. Okay. This is at least kind of good. This at least kind of indicates to us
Hold that thought.
that Dr. Robert Spaghetti is in a bad spot. Ugh, a Mortify hurts so bad right here. One time! Oh, yeah! Oh, it feels
That's
good.
what was meant to happen.
Alright, goodbye. I knew you were not long for this world. Bong, bang.
Your loss will either be a tragedy
Cancel.
or comedy of errors.
Boom, ba, 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 ba. Alright, let's get something useful. Alright, nice.
Let's skip to the good part.
Claire James says, you often contrast your argument with a silly internet voice person with the opposite opinion. Like, when they say, no, my opinion is perfect. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, there is a big difference between me making a humorous remark and, like, an actual meaningful, creative discussion with someone one-on-one in a room. I will indeed agree that those are different things. Oh, we had an Incubation Druid. I'm, like, really invested in chat right now.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Facts can't be denied.
Holy shit.
I hate him.
I mean, by the same token, like, you'll see me do this a lot when I'm talking. You'll see me do this a lot when I'm talking about any idea, where I'll be like, here's this, but here's what I'm not saying. Here's what I am saying, here's what I'm not. Because, again, I'm trying to get some of that idea of, like, here's the perspective. Or, like, and here's the error with my argument. Here's kind of what I think about an XYZ thing. But indeed, I do recreationally poo upon things because it is so satisfying. What happened? What happened? Somehow I did not see that this had occurred. I'm getting the hell out of this one. Alright, let us divine. I think Dove in Hand of Control actually does not help us terribly much. I think Entrancing Melody does not help us terribly much. I think that the Carnage Pal is going to help us. I think these Tamios are probably good in this matchup. Right, and probably another Mass Manipulation. I think this is the build. Because what Patrick Jerem was basically asking is that, like, sometimes I will make jokes about things I've heard or read, and I'll do a silly voice, you know, I'll be like, yeah, sometimes I say this, and I'll hear things like, oh, Day9, here's my idea, oh. And let me tell you, that is fucking so fun. And it's fun because I am fictionalizing an other, and we're laughing at this fictionalized thing. In a way that I think is fun. Because again, I am alone in a room talking, so I gotta want to make the way that I talk about some shit a little more fun. But when you're sitting down with someone, you're discussing something, or you know, I'm watching creative discussions. It's very, very important to be deeply understanding and cautious and careful, and to be very respectful and very soft with your communication. Because here's an example of what I mean by soft. Like, you can... Okay, so I want to talk about the topic of soft creative communication in a moment, but let me just finish my previous thought about Oh, Petter says, I'm not saying it's wrong to do it. It just seemed disingenuous to do it while arguing for a nuanced discussion rather than a confrontational argument. Yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. And I think that my response to it would be, hell yeah, you always draw Hinterland Harbor. My response to that would be that they're two different things. And what I am referring to is two human beings sitting together having a conversation, and what I think that conversation should be like and should function like, which is different from me telling a story where I'm recreationally shitting on something. And also, I think that there are times when, very simply put, just going, yeah, I was having a discussion with someone, and here was my argument, and then they provided simply a weak argument. And there's a problem with that weak argument. If someone does provide a weak argument, I do think it's very fair to just be able to go, well, I don't think I understand. Like, what the fuck? But working under the assumption that someone is providing a really good and solid and nifty and dandy argument, I don't want a Chemister's Insight until something gets discoed. So that's something very important, is that I do think that there have been poor arguments that have been provided that I will, on this stream, recreationally crap on in a more severe way, but that if we were... if you were sitting next to me and you said, hey, what about this?
I will protect the virtue of this world.
Talking about this particular thing, Sean, I'd be like, yeah, dude. Here's my thought and reaction to that. And or like, if you provided me what I thought was a weak argument to my face, I would not start to do the orbiting thing. I would first try to talk with you and work on that argument with you so I can try to understand it better. Well, isn't this sad? No, it's so sad. And I've had plenty of discussions, both technical and creative, where someone provides a argument and the other person goes, well, here's the issues I have with that argument, and the other person goes, oh, right, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Please +1 this. Please +1 this. Please +1 this. Okay, so now I want to come back to the topic of soft creative communication, because I think this is a useful and important one to do. Can a man get any more Nissa who shakes the world? I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... farts. I actually do not have enough mana to... I don't have enough mana. And I didn't want to attack, so I can have enough mana for this. So I want to talk about soft creative communication. So first of all, I think creative conversations, like, I have a cool idea for a book that we can write together. Here's what I think about the book. Oh, here's the issue I have with said book, etc., etc., etc.
I am the master here. I do love.
Oh my god, I didn't wait until... Oh, jeez, man, my brain is just not... I need to get more... I need to wake up, man. This is terrible. I think when you're having a creative discussion, there's a lot more emotional investment than when you're having a technical discussion. And that said, in technical discussions, this is hell on earth. Get out of here.
I know 88 ways to defeat you. Pick one.
It's a good cat. I even know of technical conversations where someone, you know, Joe Monkey was actually talking about this in chat earlier. Joe Monkey will review someone's code and go, oh, here's a way I think you can make the code more efficient. And the person will take it really personally. As though you're saying you're an idiot. When you're not, you're going, here's a way to make the code more efficient. Isn't that right? Alright. We're going to get tacos tonight, because we like being chunkers, huh? And so in those sort of creative discussions, where people tend to have already emotional investment in their own positions, just as is, but now that's being, like, upped even more, because that's just what happens with creative ideas. And then someone starts to poke holes and critique or respond or something like that. Like, that must be done very gently and very thoughtfully. So, like, some of the things that has been useful advice to me is things like adding qualifying language, like I think, or generally, or it might. For instance, let's say you were proposing something, you know, like, here's a cool card idea that I came up with. What do you think? Instead of going, oh yeah, that's just, that card's way too overpowered. Hard stop. You go, I think the power level of that card seems pretty high. Why am I main phasing this? I'm just much more interested in this conversation than the other one. Holy shit! No way! Wow. Wow, we just walked headfirst into that, huh? These are like literally the perfect counters. Or there was someone who did this with me once. I was sharing an idea for a project. The person said, okay, well, this isn't what I think, but I've heard people make arguments like this. And then gave a response. Now, I think that is a great way to do that, right? Like, hey, here's a set of cards that that I designed. What do you think? Be like, so this isn't my argument, but like I've heard people in the office say that, you know, for other sets that they, you know, want to make sure that cards don't have quality X. What would your reaction to that be? Right? It's a real roundabout way where you are positioning yourself as an external observer. And I just, when I heard that, I literally was like, whoa, that is a very impressive response. That is pretty sick. Alright, for any of you who do not know this, the game plan is indeed for these Llanowar Elves to deal 15 points of damage. Another thing is you also depersonalize what the other person's saying. So instead of saying, well, the thing I have with your idea, what you're saying, what you're doing, don't make it you. It's like, okay, well, you know, again, if we're talking about cards, I think that with this particular card, I feel like this card, you know, it seems to be a little strong. Things like that. Yeah, we gotta win some games today. Some games today, okay. And so when I watch like people who are very deft and I almost want to say it's less about being right or wrong and more about being someone who escalates or de-escalates. I've watched like really talented people. I remember like listening to some of the director folk over at Blizzard. I remember Dustin Browder, just watching him have a discussion with someone who was a StarCraft fan at a BlizzCon, sharing a lot of really intense opinions with very intense tone, and watching Dustin Browder just nodding his head. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, so what would be your reaction if, you know, someone thought that this would have this kind of property? Okay, and let me ask, what would be your reaction if someone said the opposite to this sort of comment I just made, and it would establish it as very clearly not Dustin versus this person. But just let me take a look at that and just think about and evaluate this from different perspectives. It was quite tight. There's a lot of veto action going on here. Well, I got to attack this thing. Bong.
I won't let you win.
Well, always kill the fairy.
No time for a break.
I rue. Alright, tight. Another counter? Another Dovin's Veto? This is going to make things cost one more, so.
Now what?
Alright, you got it, man. I think I'm gonna wait a turn before I do anything. It's a very, very, very good draw. No way! No! Oh my god, it's a devious cover-up. It hurts. Potato, potato. It's a pretty good one. Did I let the other Kefnet die? I think that one got countered if I remember. Take that action. Take that action. Alright, well.
We need to move.
I really hope this is a mass manipulation right on the top. Not feeling great about this game. Hydroid Krasis would also be the absolute nuts, man. Perfect. Cool. Sick. Awesome. We're looking like a dead dude. We're looking a lot like one.
No time for a break.
But yeah, I feel like there's just a softness of like trying to de-escalate, keep things primarily focused on external ideas, giving lots of room for the other person. Huh, well, you know, I sort of... I react to that. Oh, that's a big one. Instead of saying, here's what you need to do with X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Saying something like, that feels this way. I react to it this way. Like, you know, I've seen sufficiently many discussions about, hey, here's chapter 1 of my book. What do you think? Someone's like, you need to add more motivation for your main character. So here's what I would recommend doing. There needs to be a death at this point that causes this thing. I rewrote it, and here's what I think, and blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I just got dizzy for a second. It's all these bright lights. My body's not used to all the electricity. You know, instead of just saying, here's what I think you should do, say, here is my reaction to that thing. I'm tired of drawing land. I'm getting out of this game. Beaton says, Sean, I've been running a very similar list with 4 Frilled Mystics. Have you tried them? I'm I'm thinking about getting Frilled Mystics into this list. I mean, like, this list is super dope. But I mean, I'm kind of like, this Dovin Hand of Control is cool, but has not really felt the best. I might even put that in the sideboard and put some more counters in there. I mean, it just feels like it's going to be way stronger. Oh my god, I didn't sideboard. God damn, man. I might just stop talking to you. I might just stop you. I didn't even sideboard. I just hit OK. Woo! This topic of conversation, though, is absolutely fascinating to me. Yeah, Beaton, if you could send me that list on Discord, I would love to take a look. Ooh, fuck. Alright, our opponent appears to have sideboarded extensively, and we haven't done anything. Look. Yeah, dude, look at these absolutely useless entrancing melodies. Better James says, feel like you have magic days and you have talk show days. Yeah, it's supposed to be Try Hard Tuesday, but it's just like, yeah, it's got topic conversation. It's super cool to me, man. Gotta get into it. Whoopsie daisies. I get more mass manipulations in here. Alright. Look at this sweet ass entrancing melody. Oh yeah, there it is. Get in there. Awesome. Perfect. Cool. So good. Alright, I'm really looking forward to this dying. Oh. Oh. Alright. Put it my turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. X equals 5. Thanks, B-Din. Oh, I know this list. Yeah, it doesn't run the Dovins. Alright. And then we began to rebuild. Who is in charge of this auto tapper? Alright, get me out of this game. I'm gonna adjust this popper. I actually don't know how it auto tapped that way. Actually, that's baffling to me. Let's adjust this list. Yeah, the Kef nets have not, they've felt cool, but not like incredible. The Dovins have felt a little bit above average. Let's try building it from this perspective. Let's put in the Frilled Mystics, because I really like Frilled Mystics a lot. Like a lot. This is an interesting choice. We put in the Thorn Lieutenant. And the Thrashing Brontodon. That's pretty tight. Another entrancing, 3 mass manipulations. We have room for another card. There's throw in a Palaka Worm, it never fails. Palaka Worm's pretty tight, huh? Kind of like having a little bit more control. Because, well, okay, actually, if we, now that I look at it, if we're up against a control deck, we would cut the 3 Entrancing Melodies. Then we put in probably 2 Negates and a Mass Manipulation, and that's it, right? It's probably about it. I really don't know about Vivian Reed. I actually don't know what she even does. Let's try. Yeah, what list was ever made worse by including Palaka Worms? I don't really like negates that much in the sideboard because I don't feel like we actually have that much room against a control deck. No, that's right. We'd cut the Palaka and these, so that gives us room for 1 Carnage Tyrant. What's the other thing that we would cut versus control deck? You know, versus control, we might actually. But if any of you are wondering why I'm making these statements, I'm also going to shut the window because it is suddenly like so cold in here. It is not that Vivian Reed is good or bad. It's me trying to identify where the space comes. So, for instance, against a control deck, there's 3 slots. We cut the Entrancing Melody. We'd probably cut the Palaka Worm too versus control decks. This is more of a hedge against aggro. So that's 4 slots. I think we actually cut the 4 Llanowar Elves. I think that's a mistake that I've been making. So if we're doing that, then we now have... okay, and let's count the aggro cuts. So we would cut the 4 Frilled Mystics and the 4 Mass Manipulations. That's like pretty straightforward. So that means I actually have... So against aggro we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are not here. So against control, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's pretty good. And then against aggro, we have the 7. Single Palaka Worm. Dude, come on. Who wants a single Palaka Worm? This is actually a pretty good boarding plan. Let's take our exported deck. Start to win with it. Please submit. Please submit. I just, you know, if we're blue, why would we not do counters? I'm gonna use Restroom real fast too. absolutely no legs were seen that day. Let's see how this list runs, huh? Dude. Dude, it's so cute. Oh my god, Despy is all curled up right on my pillow. Aw, because it's covered in dad drool and dad odor. Aw. Oh my god, it's the best friend ever. Hi, best friend ever. Hello. Death. Oh my god, here it comes. It's an opt. It's going in. The opt is incoming. Arrgh. I will allow it. Oh no. No attacks. Pass. Alright, the best friend ever. Might be an issue. Might be the best friend ever. Hiya. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Okay. Pass, pass, pass. Set the course. Make it happen. Here I go. So there's very unlikely to be any counters early on. Absolutely gonna play Nissa who shakes the world, because if I can just get a bunch of mana, I mean, there's just like nothing our opponent can do about it. Our opponent really does not run almost any counters at the outset.
The land shall conquer you.
Nissa who shakes the world just takes over the game like really fast. Alright, I like our deck list more now. But that doesn't mean I don't want to keep talking about all that juicy, juicy creative process stuff. Say something. Say something. Where should we take this discussion? Ghost Stalker typed something. That's great. So did Weezer. Thanks, guys. Thanks, #1 bot. Making me all red cheekied. If this lives, that's just gonna be the nuts right there, man. Nah, it's gonna die. That's some sad stuff.
I must go.
Holy shit, what a power turn. Alright, I think it's time to Krasis for 2. Oof. R.R. Woods says, how do you feel creative block while trying to ideate on something? No! Ah! Alright, we lost. So... Whoa, our opponent whiffed. Our opponent didn't do the thing.
I will aid you.
The land fights for us.
Attack! Anytime I'm feeling stuck, there's a couple ways in which I feel like I'm stuck. A lot of times when I can't really get somewhere on a project, more often than not, it's because I don't have enough structure. And a very concrete way of adding structure is to make it smaller and smaller and smaller, the specific thing that I'm actually trying to work on. God, we are just getting roasted. This Simic Yoink deck is not doing the best. Oof. Oof.
Do not test me.
You know, I'm just gonna call this one quits. I think they got it. I think they got me. Alright, I think Mass Manipulation is probably not gonna be as strong here. The Entrancing Melody is gonna be helpful. I think that the... What else? What do we have in this sideboard here? I think the Negates are gonna be helpful. And... What do I think about Disdainful Strokes? I kind of like Disdainful Strokes. It's going to have slightly less value. So, like, let's say I'm trying to write a book chapter, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck on, let's say, chapter 1. And I can't really figure out how to get this thing started. One of the things that I do is I try to, instead of trying to come up with a good idea, I'll come up with 10 different ideas and then start to try to describe to myself what I like about some of the ideas and what I don't like about some of the ideas. And the output of doing this is I don't feel the pressure to make the idea good. I'm just trying to have good taste. And if I output 10 of them that suck, and I try to start saying, okay, what's good about this? What's bad about this? Then what that should hopefully start to give to me is, I'm hanging on to it, baby. We're gonna get there. We got a forest on top. If I don't like any of them, what I start to do is I try to explain, okay, here's what I do and don't like about idea 1. Here's what I do and don't like about idea 2. The output of this is that maybe I start to go, you know what? I'm realizing that for chapter 1, I'm really liking something that I just give up, man. I just hated this whole game. This whole best of 3 was bad. I didn't want to mulligan to 5. I thought I could get there. I'm getting punished. What comes out of that is I can start to say, here are actually 7 properties that I now know that I need for chapter 1. Because every time I was thinking about what I did and didn't like, I kept coming back to these 7 things. So all of a sudden I've gone from, God, I don't really know how to come up with chapter 1. I'm not even really sure what it needs to have or what it needs not to have. I don't know. And then upon doing this exercise, now I have some constraints. And constraints make things way the fuck easier always. Like, for instance, if I said, guys, I need you to write chapter 1 of a book. It can be anything you want. Just give me a good chapter 1. Go. That's harder to do than, alright, chapter 1. It's about a carrot in a grocery store that all of a sudden comes to sentience. That's chapter 1. I want you to write me a story about a carrot that's just suddenly realizing that it is alive and can think. Give me a good chapter 1. Go. All y'all probably had things that popped into your head right away of an opening scene, something to do. Probably way the heck faster than when I gave you more freedom. And so, like, anytime that I'm, like, really struggling on a project, typically it's that I did not give myself enough constraint. This is going to be very helpful in this matchup. Oh my god, does that suck so much. Oh, this card is just such a beating. Dude, we gotta switch decks. This deck actually, I think, is terrible. This deck might actually just be garbage, man.
I've got time.
Constraints inspire creativity. That one out. Alright, now, if our hero Nissa ever lives for more than 1 turn, this is going to be so good. Holy shit, I have never seen someone get murdered so hard. I'm getting murdered so hard, dude.
This might be a bad
idea.
idea.
This is insane to me. No blocks. You got it. You get it. There it is. And I have a lot of Nissas.
Together, we will prevail. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Alright, get in there, Landos. It was not so successful, man, let me tell you. Oh my god. All these decks are so much better than this one. Fuck. Ooh. Don't worry, everyone, it gets worse.
We need to move quickly.
You know those stories where they're like, it gets better? Not for us, man. It gets worse.
I've got it.
It only gets worse. It's just, it's all downhill from here, man. This is the shit right here. I mean, I think I just accept that damage. Hurts in the soul. That is exactly what we don't need.
Harness the elements.
Yeah, farts. Alright, well, we're gonna play this one because we have to spend the mana now. Kill this bastard. Soon enough, I'm gonna need to start killing stuff.
Enough.
Alright, the promised Palaka. Go, glorious Palaka Pal. This is where he just casts, like, Cleansing Nova, Kaya's Wrath, and I'm just like, oh, God. I mean, we still might get there, man. No, my land! Ah! 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 I actually now think that things are going pretty tightly.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Dude, we are gonna have so many landies.
Shelter in my stewardship.
Yeah, let's go.
The land shall conquer you.
Alright. This Teferi's gonna die, and this Teferi I really want to die, and this Teferi I really, really, really want to die. Alright, there we go! Let me tell you how funny it would be if our opponent did a run of Kaya's. It just kills everything we have. Oh my god, that would be so bad. So bad. I did it! I heard some stuff. Woohoo!
Warrior Queen Necromancer has a nice ring to it.
Most of us were mid-range don't run Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very true. I'm just very amused at the idea. Oh, hell yeah, baby. Here it comes. Badoink. Yeah. Oh! 2, 4. That's about it. Fucking crap. Oh my god. Alright, so if I swing with this and this, then one of these lands gets eaten, huh? Yeah, just bonk our good old Palaka Pal, huh? Oh gosh, every deck is actually better with Palaka Worms. Can we just agree to this fact? There's never been a deck that was made worse by running Palaka Worms. Well, we definitely want the big boy. We definitely want this Hero of Precinct 1 in the middle. Bang. Bong, boom. All right, let's get those draws going. Let's get some blue sources, baby.
They were a lousy servant anyway.
Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Tap this. Untap this. Oh, extra mana generated. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam. Boom. There it is. Cool. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We may win this yet. Palaka worms are just the best. There's no card better than these Palaka pals. No card better than these Palaka pals. You shan't kill my lady. Yeah, draw your card, it's the best. I'm telling you, if this dude is running Kai's Wrath, we are just gonna get so annihilated.
From battle to the grave.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about these subpar garbage elfies, man. 3, 6, 9, 12, a bunch. You guess that one? I don't know, man. Super cool. Ah, fuck. God, this is just so painful.
Behold, nature's true power.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It hurts so much. It's just like it's so much it hurts. I think I'm good with planeswalkers. I think I'm gonna get these planeswalkers out of here. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Why did I not leave mana open? Oh my god. We need literally a blue source like so bad right now. I should have kept the Incubation Druid. I kind of forgot that. I couldn't untap these breeding pools and islands again. Alright, I'm just conceding. I want to go to my sideboard. I want my sideboard. Give me my sideboard. So it's mid-range Dekaroo. I think Palaka Pal's not going to help. Trancing Melody is going to help. And I actually think I run another Mass Manipulation and just don't change terribly much. Endra's Forerunners is 100 times better than Palaka and only costs 1 more. Ooh, I don't know about that. Palaka Worm is huge, healy, and drawy. Oh! He's the greatest guy out there. More sincerely, though, I'm not too big of a fan of Endra's Forerunners. Endra's Forerunners feels very one-dimensional to me. If I'm remembering the correct card, Endra's Forerunners is the 5 and 3 green that, like, gives everything haste and hugeness. Endra's Forerunners. I think what I actually should do is just run a 4th Mass Manipulation. Yeah, Vigilance, Trample, Haste, everything gets huge. I have felt so ineffective with this deck. We've lost almost all the games today. It's a good thing we're playing Dota tomorrow. LOL. LOL. OL. Do-do-do. Alright. Play. It just doesn't do enough early. Oh my god! These hands. I'm telling you, man, I'm not feeling too keen on this one. See, now I want to do the diametric opposite, and I want to switch to a Boros aggro. Yeah. Mass manipulation seem bad when you're relying on Nissa. In what context? Because, I mean, like, tons of elements in our deck permit us to ramp. Tons and tons and tons and tons. Tunes and tunes and tunes and tunes. Goodbye, Hydroid friend.
Let's try this.
See Exhibit A. I'm back. Let's get a green source down, huh? Huh. Rotten hell, Shuffler.
I've got time.
Tyrant spawn. Oh! Oh my lord. Growth spiral out, eh? Alright, feels good. Pass. Eventually my opponent's gonna play some creatures and I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them. Bang. Boom. Seems about right. Seems about right. This is where Big Fairy comes down. Yeah. Dude, just the roughest. Just getting pooed on. Oh, awesome. Nice. we're just gonna try again. Go to the decks, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna bring this out, I'm gonna bring this in. And then I'm going to yeah, why not? Super simple. Here we go. Here we go, man. Woo! That match was not doing so much at all. Woo! Yuck. Big Bronzes have been trying to build Boros deck. Let's see your take on that style of deck. Yeah. Yeah. It's the best. I've never felt so bad about a win. Dude, revel in it. Enjoy your wins. Bask in the glory of destroying Day 9. I guess this. I suppose. I allege this. Alright. We're gonna develop the plan. Shit. Ah. Man. I can't believe how weak and flimsy I feel with this deck. So flimsy. But I want it to work. Stealing shit with mass manipulation is awesome. Could be that I actually need a few more cheap rampers. Or I should, like, swap the growth spirals. This is interesting, because, like, this list is... This has been a hot list in the last... Fuck. This list has been a hot list in the last 4 or 5 days. Because there was this dude that was just absolutely destroying everyone on the ladder with it. And, like, #1 Mythic, just destroying. And then also, someone went to a tournament with this list. Did very, very well. And I'm like, oh yeah! And then there's like sat down and fucking destroyed. With like every single game I play with it. I'm like, oh god. Alright, let's go land. Alright, ain't that a tease? Oh, there's the land that we want, the land that we want and we need.
Ether itself serves me.
Well, is a token worth taking? Oh my god, this tease hurts. This hurts! So these will get returned to the opponent's hand, by the way. We don't actually get these spirits. I did it, I got it. Not too keen on melodying a spirit, even though in a literal sense works. Damn. Bang, bang.
Secrets manifest before you.
Alright. Let's get that land out. Yeah, alright. Making it happen, Day 9 is. Yes. Here it is. Zero. Confirmed. Give me that. Boom. It's working. It's working. You know, actually this list is functioning worse than when we had Dove and Hand of Control in there. I think it is not especially happy about Frilled Mystics. Yeah, I just don't like this list. Any formation of it. Not liking it, not feeling it, not into it. It's Nope o'clock. I think we just accept the damage because I don't want to give any more card advantage to work. It's worth a shot. We are doing it.
We will not fail.
Next turn we can do it. Fine, fine. Take that, Ugin. Take that, Ugin. No. Why?
That was not wise.
Oh god. Oh god. Incredible TV says, have you ever tried Keyforge? I've read about Keyforge. I've never tried it. How is that game? How is that thing? Yeah, that's right. I'll block this. Bam. Boom. Pow. Boom. Because my understanding of Keyforge is that it is a game where every single deck is unique.
Be gone, interloper.
So I guess our opponent wanted to set up a situation where if I did draw a blue source, I would have no good targets for mass manipulation, I suppose. Alright. Oof. Ow. My bones. So, I mean, we're dead. At least I have the 2 life that I can pay to just go out with a bang. There it is. Look at this. We don't literally die. Until this counter spell. Or Yeah, there it is. I feel like there's going to be a removal spell, and this is just going to be dead, yeah. Alright, look at all these cards getting gained by Goobtubler. Crazy Boy would be super helpful. Alright, what are you gonna do? Enter step. Alright, I'm coming in. Down to 15. Perfect. Fuck. This seems good. That seems not good. What actually do we cut in this circumstance? Like, here's something that I've seen done before. You get rid of the baby cost things, and you basically just treat yourself as ramp, but like a much slower build up ramp. Now what do we think about that, huh? What do we think about this? This is what I was doing in the other Yoink deck, which I like quite a bit. Play first. Mulligan. I asked for this, didn't I? This is what I wanted. I'm keeping this, man. I'm keeping this. We're gonna win. We're gonna win on the backs of just a shitload of mass manipulations. Let's just do it. I just, you know, I'm ready to begin to beg. I'm ready to beg. Dear the universe, it's me. It's your pal Day 9. I know you've given me a lot in my life, but I sure would love just a one single good old winneroni. Oh, I can feel it. It's happening now. Turn 4, Crazy Boy for 2. Bing bong. Oh, not bing. There you go. Mighty Ator says this game just hates you tonight. I accept full responsibility for what's going on. It hurts, but I'm gonna allow it. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'll soon be able to. Ooh, yeah. I want one of those. Here we go. Oh, yeah, dude, we're gonna entrance it. We're gonna take it. That is until this Thought Erasure gets played. Uh-oh, bonk. Oh my god, yeah. Here it comes. The counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a Thumb War. Do I get this? Is this mine? No. It is not. Alright, so I have 6 and 7 and 8 mana. So we can actually... Oh my god, it hurts a whole bad lot. Oh! No. Ah. Zoinks. Zoinks like, hey, Scoob. Yeah, just clear it out. Alright. have too much mana and I must scream. Alright, I'm gonna do this because we're gonna bait out another Thought Erasure. Guess what? Boom! There it is. 3 points of damage in there. Catching up. Egad, this Yoink deck is not functioning so well. Egad. Ow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. That's right. Will it resolve? It doesn't even matter to me. Bam, bam, bomb, bomb, boom. This is looking and feeling a lot like the way it's supposed to look and feel. Like, finally. Like, look at this horse. Ow. I'm healing back up again, man. Get some of that sweet old X equals 10 action going. Alright, so this, and this, and that, and this, and that one. We'll play Nissa. I know. I'm not gonna risk it this time. Going in for the boss. Yeah, 14. Alright, so, I mean, I think like when I'm playing again on Friday. Oh, man, that was rough. When I'm playing again on Friday, I'm just going to be in a little bit of a mood to do the aggression. Oh my god, it just feels like shit. It feels so bad. It feels so bad. Could have played that last turn, you know. Perfect. Alright, I think I got one more best of 3 in me. Even though I started late, I'm gonna close that early. I'm ordering these tacos right now. Tacos, come to your pal Sean. Alright. Oh, I accidentally opened YouTube. Not what we want to do. Oh, these tacos, they're gonna fix me up, man. Woo! Is there a more demoralizing card than Thought Erasure? I don't mind Thought Erasure at all. I think our deck is just stinkering. Orders. Yes! This is it. This is gonna be it. Sean, do you want the exact same order you got on Friday? Yes. Reorder. This is it. We are doing it. This is the run right here. This one. This deck. Go to checkout. Okay. I don't mind this card. I don't mind this. This is fine. Come on. It's spinning. The circle is spinning. The order circle. You guys have no idea how much ramping we're about to do, man. This is going to be so sick. Your card is not available anymore. What the? What does that even mean? What do you mean? What?
Past, present,
Check out.
I have just the trick for this.
Is it? What, are they closed on Mondays? What, are you kidding me? What the hell? Wait, 18 items? What the hell is happening here? Oh my god, we're losing our pal Nissa. It's tragedy, that's all it is. What is this restaurant not open? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I don't care about the Thought Erasure. I need to get these tacos ordered. Okay. View cart, empty cart, cancel order. Trash. Delete. Updating cart. I do not believe this, man. I do not. This is ridiculous. Growth spiral. There you are. Okay, search. Boom, there it is. I want... Are you closed today or something? It's closed today. Why is that the way that works? I mean, oh my god, there's a counter spell. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. It's Tuesday. What taco store is closed on Tuesday? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
I know, but hold that thought.
Okay, I actually, like, I feel like I want to throw up and that something is wrong right now. I feel like something incorrect is occurring.
Keep up the pace.
I mean, this is... Martin says Tuesday is a slow day for restaurants, but it's not a slow day for Taco Tuesday, dude. We're gonna draw one card, because of Narset. I did it. Oh my god, I like don't even believe this. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go to maps. Time to get a beater. Look, I am actually legitimately looking this up. Oh, it's open. I don't know why it's telling me that it isn't open, but it's open. It's open right now. This is such garbage. I'm going to a different ordering service. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm in the mood to be real fucking sad, man. I'm in the mood. I'm here for sadness. Okay. I'm on a different ordering service. Oh my god, they...
Power surges through these lands.
Bye. At least I had a very powerful land for one turn. If I win this game, I'm definitely the best player here, okay? Definitely, like 100%. That one out there.
Hold that thought.
Okay. Who's the best player here? I am broken, Venom. 24/7. I am sad. My turn? Please, 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 just one mass manipulation. That's all I've ever wanted. We can do this. We can do this. Here it comes. This is the moment. Here it comes. This is it. This is the moment. Holy shit, that is so cruel. Let's just replace this one card with a mass manipulation.
You'll thank me later. Oh, I've done the hero thing before. Keep up the pace.
Oh my god, just close your eyes and imagine a world. Close your eyes and imagine a world where we draw a mass manipulation off the top, take Narset and Teferi. Or take Teferi and Teferi. Oh, come on, please. Come on. Come on. At least we had a good discussion about creativity today. Alright, get out of my deck. Get in here, guys. Get out of my... Yeah. Incognitus says, Sean overuses one time. Incognitus, you clearly do not understand how that joke works. Clearly. You say one time every time. That's how it works. If you ever don't say one time every time, you fucked up. And at the very least, Justin, you could give me that. You could give me just that. Do you see how many losses we piled up today? I have piled up more losses than I would have ordered tacos had it allowed me to do it. I guess I gotta make some Narsa things, man. Taco emotions are bubbling over. I know, I have having taco vitriol. What am I going to eat now? I don't know, because I've just been like, yeah, I'll get tacos today. That's what I've been thinking about all day. Play first. Ugh. This deck has like 26 lands, man. Alright, Bert D. Brown just mulliganed to 4. Hell yes. There's a chance. Yeah! Woo! Yes! Alright! The deck list is perfect. This is how you get wins with this. Come on. Come on, mulligan to 4 again just one time. Just one time. There's actually not a lot of good taco places in this area. There is actually not. Sushi seems pretty good. I think it might be a sushi night. What's happening? Where's my... Did I lose connection? Oh. Go to main. What is going on here? No such thing as Sushi Tuesday, though. Oh, I know, God. I'm gonna do some foofy. This is perfect, dude. We're getting there. I'm ordering sushi. Go to here, go back, go here, go up. Alright, go to there. Go back. Clicking on it in the cart.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
Order. Oh my god, there's another Narset. Why did she not downtick? Why did she not downtick? Order received. Perfect. I tried calling the taco place. Nah, I've been live. Oh, look at this getting flashed in and bonk on. Take that action, bam. That feels above average, baby. Yes. Oh, God. I'm actually gonna pay this life. Here it comes. Oh, dude, Bertie Brown is gonna be so dead. D.E.D. dead. Bam, there it comes. Coming in, attack. Boom! Bam, pow. Recorroded in the pepperoni. this is how we go out on that big old W, baby. Kaya's Wrath, and I'm like, ah. It's an okay one to get all cast down on. I did this in the worst possible order. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. X equals 10. Yeah. All right, awesome. Get that island out of there. I don't need any more of these suckers. I bet Bertie Brown's a viewer who's hearing me pathetically scrub out. This is so great. We cannot lose. I am the best player alive. Ah ha ha ha. Untap. Play this one. Yeah.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Coming in. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. The show's done. We're not gonna play anymore. We're not. It's over. It is over. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I will be back for Dota tomorrow. Now, in case you didn't notice on the schedule, I am doing a sponsored stream for a game I've been interested in for quite a little bit. It's the new Total War game I'm doing on Thursday. So we're doing Wednesday Dota. Thursday from the morning to the early evening is going to be next Total War game. And then late that evening is going to be mostly walking, continuing King's Quest. Then I'm going to play Magic on Friday. And then on Monday, I'm doing a stream of Minion Masters. And then on Tuesday, I'm doing Magic. And then on Wednesday, I'm doing Magic. On Thursday, I have preparation for the PC Gaming Show. That, by the way, as you might know, I'm hosting again. I'm on a streak of hosting that bad boy. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get sushi.